Shalom, shalom. How you doing? Nubian King back from Israel, day 7. This is the morning Shabbat. This thing started last Shabbat. It was October 7th, and today is the morning of October 14th. It's been 7 days. And the bombing, the rockets coming in has dropped considerably, meaning that Israel, they putting in the work. I saw a video yesterday of some rockets launching out of Gaza on the drone, and immediately Israel bombed that area real good. So they're watching, as I told you the other day, that they have a system called God's Eye, which is a satellite surveillance system of this area. The skies are real clear, and with that particular satellite from space, they could see a fly crawl on a rock. So I saw the video yesterday, the drone footage. They were flying over Gaza, and some rockets that was launched within seconds. That area was decimated, so they won't be launching from there. Just to update you, if you don't know, that the military has advised the citizens of Gaza to evacuate south to a particular city because they're in there. They're coming in. They go. I'm pretty sure they're there now. They're looking for those hostages, and uh, again, Israel objective this time. They said was to totally decimate Hamas and wipe them off the face of the earth. And for what they've done, uh, that's going to happen. Now, they said, I've heard this story about a baby head that was cut off. Now, let me just explain this to you. Being over here, just 8 miles north of Gaza, and I got children in the military serving right now. I got children that have served, and they all have this network of communication with each other. And they all are real sharp with the internet. And then you have the Israeli citizens. Anytime something happened, they got it on the internet before the news get to it. I watched the news program here in Israel, and the announcer, she was saying that we know it's a lot of information moving around the internet, but we're not going to report on anything until it's verified. I said to myself, seriously, we got people on the ground that have been in firefights, sitting in the car, watching the soldiers and Hamas go at it. And the people in the car filmed it live. We had it 2 days before it got to the mainstream media. The drone that I told you about, I saw yesterday. I mean, I'm sitting right here looking at the drone footage because people, this is real, and this is Israel, and they not trying to be secretive or hold nothing back. The drone footage went up because right now, I told you, Netanyahu, the government is passing out weapons to the civilians. The firefight that jumped off 2 days ago, it was the Israeli military and civilians firing on Hamas. So the entire country has been geared up, spun up, not just the reservists, but the whole nation. Now, I'm in the building, and like I said, I'm just 8 miles north of Gaza. Basically a lot of people. I know everybody haven't left. My next door neighbor, they over there. And out of the 6 apartment units on this floor, I know I'm the only one up here, and my next door neighbor. And down on the 7th floor is another brother. We both born and raised out of America, both the same age. He got his family down there with him, 2 small children. and they doing real good. The children, you know, situations like these, the babies, they really don't understand what's happening. He told me that his youngest son, when some of the rockets went off, he asked, "What's that?" And his father explained it to him. He said, "Can we go out and see?" He said, "No, son, we're not gonna go out and look at the rockets. We're gonna go into the safe room." So babies really, they don't know what us grown folks is doing. They're in a child world, living a life. They don't know if the mother and father is divorced, if they fighting or what. They babies, that's just mom and dad. They just want something to eat and play. Now, this thing about they saying that a baby's head was cut off, a Jewish baby's head cut off by Hamas. Now, I can tell you, I haven't had any videos of that, and we've been getting a lot of them. And major, serious, like really, incredible videos like that. Everybody is sharing them. Me and my brother, we keeping up with this thing by the minute. He calling me, I'm calling him, and we've gone out to get different provision, to tide us over. And so yesterday we finished up everything on the list that we wanted to get. So we locked, cock, ready to rock. But when Netanyahu said they was passing out the weapons, and Ben Gvir, head of the police and security, we said, all right, so we're going to look into what it takes to get it. Now, I know that when you're living in these, what Israel called danger zones, even during time before all this, when it was peaceful, you still can secure weapons. That's like if you within so many miles of Gaza and these different other places. Now that's changed. You're a citizen, and we're going to check into what it would take to secure weapons just in case we're moving around. All right, because we don't expect this to be over no time soon. Like today, I'm making this recording. What time is it? It's 12:25. We've already had the siren to go off here in Ashkelon twice this morning. Now, Ashkelon is ground zero. 8 miles is nowhere. Okay. So I just got text messages and phone call from people that are 1.5 hours south. They're here. Now, there's a system that is in place here. Once you download the app, if you have cable service, like if you got hot cable service, you got partner safe cable service. I think another one is what's that thing? Global. Anyway, if you have any of the cable providers on your television coming through the internet, every single time the warning goes off, you'll see a message in the upper corner of the screen. And then you get an alert on your cell phone. And everybody got cell phone, even children. So as soon as that rocket is launched, within seconds, the alarms is going off all over the country. The television, the computers, the laptop, the mobile devices, the pads, phones, and everything. So everybody's alerted. And a lot of people know that, I live in Ashkelon. So I've been getting this morning, hey, what's happening? Y'all still getting rockets up there? Yeah, we got them twice. Okay. So my point is that the flow of information up here is like the river. People feed me information, I'm feeding them information. And the thing about the baby head being cut off, I haven't seen any videos and no proof of that. And if that happened, that's just, man, if Hamas cut a baby head off, it is absolutely no defense. Nothing you can say. Nothing you can say. And people supporting Hamas, if they, have been that evil, that's, I just haven't seen it. And I've been looking out for it and asking for any video or proof of Hamas cutting a baby head off. Now, if they're gonna do something like that to try to, shoot fear or whatever purpose they would have of cutting a baby's head off, they would definitely want to show it. I just haven't seen it. Now, the next thing is in wartime and you fighting the enemy, you got to realize that propaganda, which are lies to spin up a narrative, to create emotion, to pull sympathy. You understand that they're going to do that. It's going to be out there. It's going to be flying all over the place. And currently, that's what's taking place. A lot of propaganda, a lot of emotions. You know what I'm saying? Now, you all know how it is when it comes to, the Jews, the Holocaust, and that whole situation. Now we're looking at Hamas, and this situation. And I'm seeing in other nations rallies against Hamas, rallies against Israel, and people are fighting in the street. And it just getting worse and worse by the hour. Now, I'm the type, man, that I'm always going to ask the question, why? You understand? Because my wisdom says that for every story, every situation, it's three sides to every story. Back in the day, we used to say there are two sides to every story. But with additional meditation and thought, we realize that it's actually three sides to every story. That's Israel's side, that's Hamas' side, and the truth. There you go. That's where I'm at right there. I'm out. Hit the alarm go off again. What's that? That's number 3 there for today. I know somebody about to die real quick because wherever that rocket launched, there's a missile headed right there. Now, let me see if I can hear that is. Listen to that. That one hit the ground. Okay, that was 3. That one, those 2, 3 exploded. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, out of those, 1 hit the ground, but it's further up north from the house. And 7, they knocked them out of the sky. Where was I? Oh, yeah. It's 3 sides to every story. Your side, his side, and the truth. And in this case, being specific, you got Israel's side, you got Hamas, Palestine side, and the truth. And, it's a lot of emotions, man, tied up into this thing. It just done knock Ukraine and Russia totally off the map. Ain't who you what? Who? And that's how this got. But now, as I was saying, that I have a tendency of stopping and saying why and what is going on. What is it that we are not noticing in all this emotion? You know what I'm saying? And all of this pro-Israel, pro-Palestine, and all these protests. What is it that we're not noticing? Here are my thoughts. Here's my thoughts. Now, you can't forget what these old men have planned many years ago, called what? The New World Order, the Great Reset. We got this German Klaus Schwab, right? Laying out data. They created the World Economic Forum. And that, now we know is a cover for the New World agenda. Then you got this guy, Bill Gates, whose father was a eugenist under Margaret Sanger. And if you know about her, then she was all about, killing off what they call the useless eaters, humans that they felt was unworthy. And they're going to be talking about black folks and African in that arena. And so they doing that, trying to kill people. So right about now on planet Earth, a whole bunch of people winding up dead by any means that it happens, a war, a sickness or whatnot, it plays into their overall agenda. Get rid of the humans. Okay, so now this whole thing about they're saying Hamas has cut a baby head off. You know what kind of emotions that'll spin up in humans? You'd be ready to wipe everything off the face of the earth. So my thoughts is, could this very well have been a plan to get the world fighting each other in the street just like they are? And this whole Jewish thing with the Holocaust and anti-Semitism and Palestine, I mean, whoa, they're all over the world. Jews all over the world and Palestinians all over the world. And I'm seeing other countries are fighting each other right now in America. Some places in America, they're on the wild. You know, Palestine and Israel, pro-Palestine, pro-Israel. They at each other. But now I'm looking at, where's Klaus Schwab? Where's these bandits that's looking to kill people? And right about now, 7 days, they just about has polarized the entire world against Hamas and Palestine to a point where they will wipe these people off the face of the earth and nobody will have a problem with it. U.S. government, total shambles. Total shambles. The only senator I know that have served in the American military and Israeli military, he wore his Israeli uniform that he served in, because you got the female senator, she came up in there with a Palestine flag. So they at each other. You see what I'm saying? All the way up into the U.S. government, they at each other, pro-Palestine, pro-Israel. You ain't gonna be able to have no government, unity with that being the reality. You understand? And so now I got to step back and not look at a little picture and see just Israel and just Palestine. I got to step way back and look at a portrait, which allows me to see more. And that's why I asked the question, why? What is really going on? You understand? Because remember now, just think now, it was all Ukraine, Russia, Ukraine, Russia, Ukraine, Russia. Oh, we got to help Ukraine. Oh, we got to help Ukraine. Poof, they're the world's largest aircraft carrier in Israel in 2 days. What? They couldn't get equipment into Ukraine that fast. So you see what I'm saying? All of this, you have to stop being emotional and getting upset and talking about a baby's head get cut off, which ain't nobody seen the video. I looked at a report before I started speaking here, and I'm checking the people that's saying they cut off a baby head. So I'm going down the line trying to find some type of video evidence that it happened. Ain't seen it yet. So is that propaganda? It could be or it could not be. But the fact that it's out there like that, you understand, is going to eventually get traction. And it may already have people probably already believing it, because you know what it said. If you tell a lie real good 7 times or more, people going to believe it as truth. And so now, I heard one announce on a news network said, but that haven't been verified. We don't know if that's actually true or propaganda. Well, that was the intelligent thing to say. Just like I'm saying, if you don't know absolutely, and in this situation, it's going to be a whole bunch of stuff said by each side. Hamas going to be saying something, Israel going to be saying something, but what's the truth? You know what I'm saying? That's the 3 sides. So the thing about the baby head being cut off, just kind of put that on the side for now. because I haven't seen, and I don't know anyone that's have seen, and we really monitoring this thing by the second, any video evidence of that actually happening. Okay. But just to put it out there like that, you'll say, woo, Hamas, they some animals, they some devil, and it need to get wiped out. Then next thing it'll get wiped out. Won't nobody have no problem with it. But remember, it's always three sides to every story. Your side, his side, and the truth. Israel's side, Palestine's side, and the truth. That's it. That's where I'm at right there. That's where I'm at right there. And it's sad to see so many people in the street fighting each other over a position that most of them really don't even understand. This individual went to a college campus, and now the colleges are real mad because a lot of their students are pro-Palestine, and they're having pro-Palestine rallies, and some of the students are being threatened that if you stand with Palestine, you ain't gonna be able to get no job when you get out of school because all these corporations that stand with Israel in America gonna know your face, all that kind of stuff. So you can't have a position. You can't have a position. You got to have the position they want you to have. And that really ain't fair. When it all comes down, that's not really fair for you to force someone to be on your side. You know what I'm saying? The person has to be on the side they want to, they choose. But you can't strong arm nobody and say, you got to be against that person. You got to be with me, or vice versa. And that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. The people are telling them that if you be pro-Palestine, you ain't gonna get no job. It could potentially mess up your future. You see how deep this is? I mean, children in school ain't nowhere near graduation is for what they reason, and they have their reasons why they standing with Palestine. I don't know what they are. You don't know what they are. But for whatever their reason are, they feel they need to, say, hey, let's stand with Palestine. And just the opposite. You got people that, standing with Israel for whatever their reasons are. I don't know what it is. They know. And so it's split. And that's a sad state of affairs. Even the U.S. government that done sent all this heavy military armament over here, they split. In the U.S. government, you got like what? It's 545 members of the U.S. government, and they all Jews, right? So are you going to be able to be pro-Palestine in the U.S. government? I don't really think so. That's going to be deep. And then this guy, man, I forgot his name. The dude that they discovered, he had lied about just about everything. I think he's a Republican senator out of New York with wear the glasses. What's his name? Santiago, whatever is begin with it. That guy was walking down the hall in the one of the office building in D.C. and somebody asked him about being against Palestine. And I mean, he got to hollering and screaming at the guy and louder than everybody, telling him anybody stand with Palestine should not be allowed to walk the halls of these buildings. I mean, this guy is super loud. But that's the guy that said they discovered he lied about everything. But then if you discover this boy done lied about everything on his resume, he lied about his Jewish heritage and everything. They said, well, none of that true. Why is he still there? You understand what I'm saying? They said they're going to, sequester him or whatever, take some kind of, but he's still there. And he out there hollering loud on everybody. You see how wacky that is? This guy, he got a record. And the record ain't good. And he hollering and screaming. You know what I'm saying? If anybody stand with Palestine, you don't need to be. But what happened to the other side? What happened to the fair and balance? They used to say. It never was fair, and a daggone show ain't balanced. It's either you with me or you ain't, or you suffer the consequences. Ain't no two sides of this story. It's just one side. Now you have to sit and look at the information, you know what I'm saying, and see what's happening. And so you want to know where I'm at? I ain't on now one of them side. You know what I'm saying? This ain't my situation. I'm sitting here in between both of them, right? I'm not on Israel's side. I mean, let me hold it. I'm not on, the Palestinian side. I'm not on Israel's side, but I am with Israel because why? I've been 42 years. I got 6 children. They all serve the military. I got 2 children right now out there uh, in the military doing their thing. So, am I pro-Israel? Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. I told you I get a gun and fight too, right? But at the same time, I'm not gonna be mad at you because you pro-Palestine or Arab or Hamas or however you want to say it. That's your choice. See, I'm not that emotional imbalanced to get mad at you because you say you standing for Palestine. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm standing for Israel. Now, what you do with that, that's on you. But yeah, I'm standing with Israel. Absolutely. That's just all it is to it. I mean, I've been 42 years, and someone asked me, I did a show, a brother called me and asked would I come on and answer questions. Some people wanted to know, brother there. So they asked me during that show, the question came up to me is if I had to pick a side, who would I choose? I say Israel. And they said, okay. And another question came to me, being that you born and raised, I was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia in 1961, okay? July 24th, 1961. I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, United States of America. I've been in Israel 42 years. I'm 62 on the planet now. So that means I came up here real young, right? And so the question came to me on this particular podcast I did late last night. Because Israel, we 7 hours in front of the East Coast in America. So if you're over there on the East Coast time, it's 12:45 here now. So that means it'd be 5:45 in the morning on East Coast time in America. Now, the question came to me that what place let me get it right. What place do I feel is better for me? America or Israel? I said Israel right off the rip, no question asked. And everybody on the show were African Americans. They all in America, and I said Israel right off the rip. And they like I can hear people like I can hear them, like oh. And the moderator, he said, "How can you say that, brother?" I said because of peace, and everything just went deathly quiet. Now I'm sitting up in here. You got to imagine this now. I'm sitting up here in the bomb shelter right now every day. I moved in my bomb shelter like 2-3 years ago. Why? Because my big master suite back there with that bathroom and all that area was so big, 2 of the walls is facing outside. And they don't build with insulation like they do in America. They build concrete building. Every new building got to have a bomb shelter. Them 2 walls get cold. Like if it's cold outside, it's like twice as cold inside. And I have the central heating and air and all that system, but it's not strong enough. They should have put 2 or 3 vents back there. So I decided to move in the bomb shelter. It's smaller, it's cozier. I got my studio set up here, my office and everything. I got the big screen TV, the bed, and I'm more comfortable in here. So I'm sitting right now in the bomb shelter. That's why, when you heard the siren go off, I didn't get up. Hold on, y'all, like I'm running. I'm sitting here, right? So anyway, when I said peace, they was like, how you could just feel the energy through the air. They were like, what? And during that broadcast, just like now, they heard the siren go off, but it was louder because I haven't had the window open. So they were like, whoa, brother. Well, what I explained to him, I said, listen, you all, listen. I know right now it's very difficult for y'all to understand a black man in Israel talking about I'm more comfortable here because of peace in Israel. Whew. I, I had to help him out after the water break. They can't, whoa, we need to take a break. So listen, let's talk about the racism that too many of my people in the West are experiencing in 2023. Let's go right there. Let's get specific. Show you a no. Why I said peace. You know, I don't want you to think that the Nubian King done went bat is crazy. Be specific. Been in Israel for 42 years, right? Okay. That means, yes, I've gotten stopped by the police. In them 42 years, a lot. A lot. I done got stopped for speeding. I done got stopped for crossing the double white line twice. Wasn't even thinking. What else I got stopped? I've gotten stopped for in the middle of the night when I was coming back into my city. They had the police roadblock. I got stopped right there. What else? Speeding, roadblock, road checkpoints. Oh, one time I was rolling with a friend of mine. He had an older car, and we went to a checkpoint, and the police noticed the car, and he pulled it over. Now, the police, they can't give you an inspection on the spot. Like if they feel your car may not be safe, they have been trained to do a full side road inspection from bumper to bumper right there and give you all the paperwork that says you need to replace this, and give you 14 days to get it done. So that if you go to another checkpoint and another police check the car, you're just showing the paperwork that it's been checked by the police and they gave you 14 days so they won't bother you. Okay, they got cops that'll do that right on the spot. Now, I was sitting in the car and my brother, he was out there with the officer, and there was a female officer just standing outside keeping her eye on me, right? For their protection. So to make sure, I don't come out and do nothing crazy to harm their life and threaten their life, endanger their life. Well, nevertheless, I was sitting in the car looking at her, she was looking at me. Never did I ever feel or had fear cross my mind, concerned that the police were gonna get us. Matter of fact, I sat in there and videoed him for a few minutes. He was out there under the hood, my brother and the officer, and he was going through everything, and they talking and going back and forth and checking everything. The point I'm making is that was never a time that I was afraid for my life because the police had stopped me. I read this article last year. This African American sister was driving home from work, and she got pulled over by the police officer. And what she stated was that when she looked and saw them blue lights in the back of her car, she said she literally passed water on herself. The seat was wet because she said that she was so afraid that because the police was pulling her over that she may not get home to see her babies. That's fear. That's fear. And then, they don't edit out our people getting shot and blasted and beat up by the police. That's psychological warfare to make you afraid. The piece that I told the brothers and sisters about on the broadcast is in the 42 years of me being here. I honestly cannot tell you all about a racial experience I've had dealing with these Israelis, Palestinians, Russians, Chinese, who else? Northern Christian Arabs, who else? Ethiopians, who else? People from India, all around the world, Roman, Ukrainians, they all here. And me, in all those years, I cannot tell you of any racial negative incident that I've had. Now I'm gonna drop something else on you. You probably ain't gonna believe it. Because if you listening from America, You may think the Nubian King lying to you, but I have no reason to lie. I'm here. A friend of mine that owned a health food store. We was going up to Jerusalem to pick up some supplies for his health food store. So we stopped off at a convenience store. In America, it's like a Circle K or 7-Eleven. Sell gas and a bunch of stuff you can buy to eat, refresh yourself. So we stopped off at this store on the way up to Jerusalem, and it was in the morning. When we got there, the attendant cashier was a young Israeli guy. Okay, me and the brother, two black guys. He don't know us, we don't know him. We just couple of black men coming into the store. As we walked in the store, the young boy he came from behind the register. Hold up, first, listen. There is no bulletproof wall of 4 or 5 inch glass, and they slide your money out there with the box, like at the bank teller. You know, you go to the drive-through, the bank teller, they slide that silver box. You put your little money there, and you know it ain't that. It's not that. And I know you can go in neighborhoods in America in them stores, and they set up just like that. They back there behind the bulletproof glass. This ain't that kind of setup. See, I have to say that to you because if you never seen anything like that, then you think that I'm talking about going into a store with that kind of setup. They behind bulletproof glass. No, ain't no bulletproof glass. You go to the register, and the cash register about 2 feet. You can reach over there and grab the money, right? So we go in the store, my brother and I, and to the left, they got some chairs set up the table where you can sit down, relax, chill, eat whatever, drink your little juice or whatever. If you want to do that on the inside, they get lounge chairs on the outside. So it's a real relaxed kind of situation. Two black men open the door, we walk in. As we walk in, the dude standing behind the register, he comes from behind the register up to us, and he said, "What can I do for you?" And we like just get a few things. He said, "Okay, look, listen, I gotta go out and smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back." Dude walks out, leave us standing there in the store, me and my brother, two black guys, and he goes out and smoke a cigarette. So we look out, we look at him going out. He goes outside the door, pull up a chair, sit down, put his feet up, fire up a square, and get to smoking it. Like he just ain't got nothing to do. So me and my brother standing there, we trying to get up to Jerusalem, right? We like, wow. So he said, "Get whatever you want, I'll be right back." So we walk around, we got whatever we decided to, and we standing at the register looking at this guy outside. Two black dudes. In the register, cash register is right there. I mean, like right there. You could just reach over there and get the money. So I told my brother, shh, stop. He what? I said, "Don't move." He said, "What? What's happening?" I said, "Do you see this?" He said, "What?" Two black guys in the convenience store standing by the cash register, and the cashier is outside smoking a cigarette, and we the only people in the store. Two black dudes. You're like, "What you talking about, man?" I said, "We sure ain't in America." Boy, we bust out and started laughing. I said, "Man." And we stood there with our drinks, waiting on this guy to finish his cigarette by the cash register. So you see, this is what I'm talking about when I told the people, peace. Where you gonna do that in the United States of America, unless you're in a little small country town where everybody, Billy Bob, Jane Mark, everybody know everybody. You know what I'm saying? But just out, two black guys walk up in a convenience store, don't nobody know you, and the cashier walks out, go sit down, say, "I'll be right back, get what you want, and I'm gonna smoke a cigarette." That's the piece that I'm talking about. And this is the piece that many of my people don't know. And I mean, I got stories after stories I can share with you. But when you walk around in America, listen to the people that don't want you to leave, who are benefiting from you being there, and they filling your head up full of fear that you go to another country, they take your passport, you can't come back. Come back to what? Some more getting shot, some more fear of the blue light, some more fear of the government. I mean, seriously, that's what you want to go back to? So yeah, absolutely. Israel nickname is the 51st state. If you all don't know, that means America got 50 states over there. Here is another one. And they love America. Whoo, what do I tell man? You see, they got that equipment over here. Floyd, was it Floyd? Lord Austin's over here, blinking over here. I mean, like poof. Like, where they come from? Like they were standing around the corner waiting to jump. What? So me being a brother from America in Israel is an item, is a rarity. Is it then compounded with the fact I'm not bragging. I'm just sharing with you. Don't get all in your emotion. But I have a beautiful spirit. I'm the kind of dude that I've been told many times. People meet one time and never forget all their days. I have that type of spiritual presence to where I'm a people person. You know, I'm happy. I'm jovial. I'm not silly or stupid. A Stephen Fletcher. It's just I have this gift that if you be around me, you just I like the big man. And if you listen to me and I talk to you, you're gonna be a permanent listener. And I'm like that. I'm a beautiful person, beautiful spirit. As a matter of fact, you know how when people are married and then for whatever reason they get a divorce, generally they wind up enemies and hating each other. You follow what I'm saying? I don't create enemies, I create friends. The sister that I married was my friend. We stayed married for 22 years. We saw that the marriage wasn't doing what we wanted to do, so we rescinded to back being friends. Yeah, we had six beautiful children, and they here, like I said, did the military. We got grandchildren, and her and I, we still friends to this day. To this day. So anyway, that's what I want to share with you. I don't need to keep you here no much longer. I just wanted to make that point about they talking about the baby head got cut off. I think you need to kind of table that unless you do have actual video footage to prove that, to authenticate it. But it's a lot of emotions right now on both sides. Israel, Hamas, there's a lot of propaganda going, and you can see how the world is being polarized. Either you with Israel or you with Hamas. And this world really is in a very, very dangerous position because you have a military that nobody knows. You have a country, Israel. Don't nobody know their nuclear capability. This is one country that have never told anybody about their nuclear program. There's a city down there that the Black Hebrews live at, just up the street from the nuclear plant. Yeah, I've been there plenty of times. Matter of fact, we had a big party at the Mum Sheep facility down there, right outside of Dimona, Israel, with all the other brothers and sisters. We had a big Missy bar down, big party, and we had it in a tent. Okay, but it was this elaborate tent. It ain't like the kind of tent Sears Roebuck. You go, this was a tent. Mum Sheep was in ancient days one of the major stop off of traders coming up out of Africa going into Europe. Mum Sheep, Dimona, yeah, that's where the brothers was coming up out of Africa and sisters that was going into Europe. Mum Sheep was the major stop off point, and you chill and do what you do. And so we had a party down there. Me, all the Hebrew, we had a big party at Mum Sheep. Right next to us was the nuclear facility that Israel have never told anybody nothing. Not nada. Don't nobody in this world really know what's going on in that nuclear plant. They don't know. They don't know if Israel got nuclear bombs. They just don't know because Israel ain't never told nobody. And this is why when people ask me, are you scared to be where you at? Absolutely not. Because I know the capabilities of this country. Then backed up by the United States of America. They done got the biggest aircraft carrier over here right now. So in a sense, no. Now, I do know, I believe, and I could be off, but all of this worldwide attention on Israel and Palestine, and nobody really noticed these other Arab nations are right at the door. Hezbollah already done lit up the north. Now, if you don't know, Hezbollah is another faction that's backed by Iran. Now, the difference between Hamas being in Gaza, Gaza is an open air prison. Everybody know that. Israel control absolutely everything. The electricity, the water, the food, everything. So it's only really so much that Hamas gonna be able to do. Yes, they got help because the rockets they sending up in here, they different than the rockets they've been coming up in here. I can hear them. I can hear the difference. The last campaign they did a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago, I was coming home from work riding my bike and they dropped a rocket right up in front of me. It hit a hardware store that I shop at. I know the owner, the father, and the two sons. And the rocket hit that store and it injured the father's leg. So when I rolled up, I saw his son. I rolled up. Hey, shalom, 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 kai. He said, "Go, but say they for Abba Shaka." I said, "How you doing? Where's your Abba?" He said, he got hurt. I said, "Hurt?" He said, "All right." He said, "Yeah, it injured his leg. He's up there at the hospital now because the place was like down the hill from the hospital." Do you know while we was out there, a barrage of rockets came in, and I heard them, baby. I looked around and I saw them fly. I said, "Whoa, what the hell?" You know what really surprised me is the sound and the speed. I mean, you can just hear it. Whoa, this is different. Them bad boy was coming. Wow! Pow! I'm like, man, they done leveled up. I jumped on my bike. It is time to skedaddle. And I went on to the house, but I just can't forget. Them rockets was different. What was different about them? They was much more louder, much more powerful, and much heavier. When you're used to it, you can just tell it. It's like, in the military. You can tell the difference between a 50 caliber round going past your head than a 45. You know that, And so the guy got hurt, and I told his son to just tell him I said shalom. And guess what? They don't even know my name. They just know it's a black man to come there and shop with them and get on. And let me show you one other thing, since you're still listening, about the peace part. I had a situation with pigeon on one of my back porch back there. They was coming in, and I needed to get out there and put some screen up. Well, I didn't have a ladder. I stay in a condo. Everything is like you call the owner, whoop, they send the guy to fix it. But it wasn't that much of a deal, So I went to the guys at this hardware store. I don't know their name. They don't know my name. And I just went in there and said, "Look, I got to put your screen up, deal with these pigeons." And he said, "Okay, you got something?" Yeah. So he sold me the screen. I said, "You know what? I only have a ladder." And he had a stack of brand new ladders in there. And I looked at him. I say, "Man, you think I can borrow this ladder a little bit so I can go out there and put this screen up?" He said, "Yeah, matter of fact, go outside the door to the left and get one of those." I said, "What time you close?" He said, "I like 5 or 6, something like that." It's okay. And I left. He don't know my name. He don't know where I live at. It's just some black dude to come to his store every now and then and shop with a good spirit. Just gave me the ladder and I went on with it. I finished, came back, brought the ladder back. Right? So just little bitty tidbits of life here is why I say I'm at peace, because they don't see me as a threat. They do not see me as a threat. And see, that's a big difference from being in America. They have got us to a point where the black man is a threat. Walk down the street, they locking the door. Go in the store, they following you around. go in the store, can't but 2 or 3 young children come in at a time. The rest of them got to stand outside and wait. We don't do nothing like that. Black man go up in the building. You don't live here. I live in a luxurious condo. Yes, I do. Gated and all the doodads and bells and the whistle and all that stuff. Private parking, all that right across from the beach. It ain't never been a time that any one of these neighbors had an issue with me. But most of them, a lot of them, I've been here longer than they have, you know. So it's other reason that you may not be, that you're not aware of, where I told the people that, I'm at peace here. I really am. You talk about the job situation. I'm a crane operator, and the crane operator position over here is like a Hollywood movie star. Okay, just like when I'm working in the States, I'm actually a member of the International Union of Operating Engineers out of Miami, Florida, local 487B. I'm a member of that union as a crane operator. And it's been, several projects that I worked in America when I went back, and they treated me like a Hollywood movie star. Same thing, the workers had to park 6 miles north of Miami and be at the bus at like 5:15 in the morning in order to get down there on time. But no, your friendly neighborhood crane operator, Nubian King, slides up in the garage next to the crane with a security guard waiting for me to show up at 6:30 with the cone blocking my space so nobody else can park in it. So when I roll in, he wave, hey, my brother, move the cone. I slide in, get out, and walk over to the crane. You understand? So I've been a very fortunate brother. I've had an incredible life, and I have no complaints. None. No complaints. Yeah, I'm in Israel. I'm 8 miles north of Gaza, sitting in the bomb shelter talking to you. And I'm not nervous, scared, afraid, bored, or none of that. I'm built differently, cut from a different type cloth. And if you ask me, who I side with, since everybody taking side, Israel. Absolutely, without a doubt, no question asked. And then, people talking about, well, what do you feel about what Israel done to the Palestinians? Well, what do you feel about what the Palestinians did to Israel? They both done something to each other. Now, how about that? Can we get with that? Where the fair and balance at? Where the intelligence at? Take the emotions out of the equation and look at it. Some people over there, some people over here, and they all fighting each other. I ain't fighting none of them. But I do support the state of Israel because of the fact that 42 years of my life I've been here. I got 6 children and made the greatest sacrifice. 2 are serving right now. Who you think I'm going to be with? Duh. I mean, it don't take a lot of brain power to figure that out. Do it? No. But I'm seeing this new world agenda being activated because they got everybody fighting each other. They done flipped from Ukraine to Russia to now Israel and the Palestinian. Right? It's just a damnable shame, man, that we got people on this planet, a few old, decrepit, broke down heathen with everybody's money in their pocket, manipulating this planet population to be like this. This ain't just happened out of a vacuum, like, okay, every 1,000 years it's gonna happen. There are men and women that's planning this, that's doing this. And it's just a damnable shame that it is like that. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for that element of energy, yes, this would be a paradise. Yes. It would be a paradise without that particular demonic, evil, wicked, contrite spirit. Because when you look up, you only see that spirit being manifested in different ways, and we can see who they are that's doing these things right before your very eyes. Other than that, there is enough food. There is no shortage of food. There is enough land. There's no overpopulation. They overpopulated on that area of land that you got a million people sitting on 1 square acre. Yeah, it's overpopulated right there. But if you like, say, in any country, get on the major highway and drive any direction outside of the major city, all you're gonna see is dirt, grass, land, and trees. Where the people at? But it's overpopulated. You know what I'm saying? We have some demons now that have, it's like they don't woke up and realize how much more wicked they can be by just saying it. They don't even present no evidence. Just like the thing with the baby head being cut off. Where's your evidence? I mean, to say something like that at that level of evil, you really do need to back it up. Just don't say it this time. You got to show the evidence that some baby head done got cut off. Other than that, you need to shut up. It's already enough lies being told already. And we got innocent people being wiped out by these madmen sitting up in their comfortable mansions and billions of dollars figuring out stuff while we run around in a rat race trying to pay the rent. And they sitting up on the yachts, drinking and talking and acting a fool and manipulating stuff. And then when we look up, we got to react. And then already 2-3 chess moves ahead, figured out what was going to happen with us. If it wasn't for that type of energy, this planet would be a paradise. They talking about climate change. They talking about the water. They talking about the food. Food shortage. Ain't no food shortage. The way this thing was created, this world is a living, live organism, which means just like when you eat a lot, you get fat. And so you eat a lot. What do your body do? It get bigger to accommodate all that. It don't bust. You've seen people 4, 5, 6, 800, 9,000 pound human beings just laid up in the bed. They didn't bust. Their body adjusted and they still healed all that stuff. This planet that we come from is the exact same way. It's a live, living organism, meaning what? As the population increased, this planet literally increased in size to accommodate the population, not kill them. That ain't the solution. Do you know before mankind popped up, came out of the caves or rock piles or wherever, don't nobody know how long this earth has been here. They don't know how long them stars been here. They got some stuff they take carbon dating and they come back and tell you, the planet Earth is 25 million years old. I don't trust them. I just don't trust them. That's it, because they are incredible liars, word technicians, masters of mendacities, master word technician, master liar. I just don't trust them because what? They'll tell you, no, ain't nothing wrong with this. This is good. It's safe. Oh, no problem. Oh, we need to get on it. The next thing you know, once you done got involved, later on down the road, man, bang. But it's too daggone late. You done took it. And that's the way they get out. And so if you don't know who you dealing with, man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. You got to know who you dealing with. This spirit, evil, incredible, mind-boggling wickedness that a lot of people can't even fathom. And the reason why you can't even fathom because you're not that wicked. It's hard for you to comprehend that somebody will stand right before your very face and tell you lies that's going to end up you, your family, everybody dead. And you believe them because they talk so beautiful. They made you feel so comfortable. All they done did was use information that they know about how you think against you. And next thing you know, as you close your eyes, it's too late. And then you realize, wow, he lied to me. But it's too late. It's too late. Here we go. Ain't nobody talking nothing about Ukraine and Russia. You see that? It's like October 7th, that was the end of Ukraine and Russia. October 7th, 6 a.m. over here, Israel, that was ended Ukraine and Russia. You can't even get nothing out of that. Can't get a word in there. What? You, man, please. We dealing with Israel, Hamas now. I hate to say Shazam, what's next? You know, how this gonna go? You talking about World War III? Is it possible? With these guys? Absolutely. Beyond the shadow of a doubt. We may be on the first step of getting straight on up into the World War III. Because you know, you got half the world support America and its allies, and half the world support Russia and its allies. You understand? And we goes back to Christians and Arabs. Huh? You know that history? Back over there in Kakistan, Uzbekistan, and all up in there, you had this group of people that was Christians and a group of people that was Arabs. And they fought each other all the time. But you had another group was Jews. They sold everything to everybody, you know, what everybody needed. And then there was another group of people that was on some more stuff. They wasn't Christian, they wasn't Jews, one Arab, and they had a king named Bulan, King Bulan. You can look this up. And King Bulan saw how the Christian and the Arab was always fighting each other. And he was kind of concerned, you know, like, man, we all out here, you know, we not connected with anybody. And I wonder if they ever come against us, how we gonna deal with that? So his idea was the people that ain't nobody bothering are the Jews. So he decided to have his people to convert to Judaism. And now thousands of years later, this is who we dealing with. I have to leave my phone on because my children in the military yesterday, they called, and whenever they call, I want to make sure they are able to connect with me. So, you know, historical, you know, it goes way back. And then how the Israel was started in 48, you know, all of that history is there. And so they asked me on this show I did last night, what did I do feel would be able to solve this situation? How you know, it was the question was to the aspect of what do I feel could help the situation and bring about peace? I think that was it. And I told him, listen, the only way that peace could be brought in the Middle East or even to this world is that God will have to be at the negotiating table. It is no country, no people, no person, no law, no government that could come to the negotiating table with these two and sit down and negotiate a peace deal. Not now. Prior to October 7th, maybe. And that was a big maybe. But today, in lieu of what done happened these past 7 days, y'all don't need to show up. You don't need to show up. Unless you got the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the true and living God. You got to have the creator at that negotiation. Other than that, it's going to be a whole bunch of wasted time because it ain't happening. I don't know. I don't see it. You know, it ain't happening with the way things is polarized now, and as mad as these people are at each other, ain't gonna be no sit down, let's talk peace. You know, even if one side decide to have a truth and hold up, we ain't gonna do now. Okay, all right, we sorry. It just ain't gonna stop. You know, it's like the river been broke open. Things been changed now. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, you're not gonna stop it until enough people end up dead. Then it just won't be nobody else around to do nothing. And that I hate to have to say that today. You know, that's a powerful statement. It just ain't gonna stop until ain't nobody around, everybody dead, and ain't nobody gonna be. That's a tough call right there. That's a hard pill. But do you see somebody coming in, sitting down with Israel to get them to calm down and not do nothing to Hamas after Hamas did what they did? Do you see somebody going to Hamas to go and tell them to calm down after they, all them bombs they done got down there in Gaza. You see what I'm saying? Who gonna handle that? Only the creator himself. That's the only way peace could be brought. Other than that, need to get dug in for the long haul. Because these warmongers, they didn't make them weapons to catch, to have them to sit up and catch dust. You know what it feels like to own a weapon that you just want to go out and shoot? You're just looking for a target, something to shoot. Now they got something to shoot, and I guarantee you, they gonna get the gun off, they bomb off, everything. All that stuff they done created to do just what they doing right now. Now they done came up, whoo, man, Kamas. Man, I was telling your sister yesterday, I said, I've gotten a lot of people calling and ask questions, talking to me and everything like that. And I'm sharing certain things privately that I won't say publicly. But this one point I want to drop on you here before I go. If there was ever an opportunity for Israel to deal with Hamas, what Hamas has done now has presented the goose that laid the golden egg. Man, Israel government done snapped together and created a unity government. They done activated Article 40A, which they haven't used since 1973, the 6-Day War that lasts for 19 days. Yom Kippur War, right? And that gives them the carte blanche to do whatever they feel they need to do. The government minister, the military, that's all they need. They ain't got to go get no authorization, no stamp on the paper. They ain't got to have a meeting with the UN and ask America, can they do it? They now can go down there and literally wipe them off the face of the earth. Now, in the process leading up to that, they got to get the whole world flush with the lie. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You got to get the whole world looking at the beheaded baby story. Whether it's the truth or the lie, that's a deep thing. And so when the whole world get polarized enough to say, man, them people are animals. And I'm hearing that's what they're saying here. The government minister in Israel, these people are animals, man. Look at the barbaric thing they've done. And so with enough of that type of speech, folks gonna get mad. And they get mad to anger. And in that anger, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anything. And you look up, man, it'll be a big old parking lot down there in Gaza. Woo. So I was telling the sister, you know what? My sister, Hamas made a bad mistake on this one, because when they came here, they weren't nowhere near strong enough to defeat the Israeli military. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you came up in here like two flies and a gnat against a giant sleeping under the tree. The giant's taking a nap out there. He's sleeping under the tree. And a couple of flies keep flying around his head, his nose, the ear, and then a gnat showing up. And the giant is trying to sleep, and he keep, how you sleep, you fanning the fly, you with your hand, your eyes closed, you just keep moving your hand, you're trying to hit the fly, get away from you, and then the fly just be a adjutant. You move your hand, he fly around your hand and come right back where he was at, or that kind of stuff. So the giant, he just all of a sudden come to life. He wake up and he grabs something and he see the fly, bam, and then the gnat, bam, and they gone. He going back to sleep. Hamas with that fly, that gnat, and then the giant Israel military done woke up and they smashing them. So, woo, man, if you really didn't have nothing to defend yourself against Israel, bro, I know how you feel. I know how your emotions are. But in reality, I know what it say, the spirit willing, but the flesh is weak. They didn't think that through too good. The ones that did it, and then now the people paying for it. You have casualties in war. Everybody know that. Yeah, we know about the innocent, and everybody trying to, say it's not good for the innocent, the bystanders, and what have you, that, getting killed and wiped out in this thing. But, we're in a whole different season. I've seen so many videos of females um, slapping men and getting the spirit knocked out of them by their man. He slapped the man and he sent her back to the Stone Age, one behind the other. They, things done change. It used to be a time where a man was staunch, no, I'm not hitting no woman. And so some of these girls is moving around like they feel he ain't gonna hit me because I'm a female. It's 2023. All that done changed. I done seen women get knocked across the room on these videos by going up on a man and slapping him and standing there like, what you gonna do? By the time she come back to earth, she been knocked to another city. She like, where am I at? Oh, you still here, but you ain't here. So anyway, this is deep, man. This is woof. Yeah, boy, it's ignorant. I don't know. You know, I'm not rich. Any donations, you can send them right here to Chantel Johnson, $ three treasures. That'll help me out tremendously. We're not working, and you know, if you're not working, you're not earning the income, and you definitely need an income to stay around, right? Yeah. Love you. Appreciate you tuning in, and talk to you again. It's been Nubian King from Ashkelon, Israel. If I sound tired, it's because I am, but I love you. Shalom, shalom. Thank you.